with a message of hope. Anigoo hortiin maanta taagan waxaan ii furayaa fariin rajo ku saabsan. As Somalis living here in Canada, we've been given great opportunities. Anakoo Somali ah oo ku nool wadankan Canada waxaan haysanaa waxyaalo aad iyo aad u fara badan. And with these opportunities, I believe comes great responsibility. Faa'iidooyinkaas farada badan waxaa markaas naga fuulayso mas'uuliyad aad iyo aad u weyn. Canada is the greatest place on earth, a land with glowing hearts that embraces diversity and allows for you to reach your potential, whether you know your potential or not. Wadankan Canada oo aan ku noolnahay meel adduunyada ka fiican oo lagu noolaado baa iska yar. Hadduu Soomaaliga qaloocan yihiin, I don't care because I'm not Jamaican. waa wadan aan deganahay oo ay degan yihiin dad qalbi wanaagsan oo qof waliba nooc walba ha ahaadee soo dhawayso. I was 4 years old when I came to this country. Wadankan ano 4 sano jira baan imid. And it's my home and native land, glorious and free in all our Son's command. I have a great belief that we will one day overcome the trials and tribulations we are facing here as Somalis, both back home and here in Canada. Whenever any community is new to a place, it is normal during the transitioning period for you to go through difficulties. That is normal. When we eventually come into our own, and we get grounded in both our roots and where we are, we will be successful. And we are successful. We are very successful. Waxaan aaminsanahay inaan ka bixi doono waxyaalaha yar oo dhibaatooyinka oo na haysto, waxyaalo ka weyn bay wadamada aan deganahay soo mareen 300 sano la isdagaalayay, civil wars lagu jiray, waan ka baxaynaa waxa maanta na haysto. Waan ka bixi doonaa insha Allah. Waana ka dabaalan doonaa. Waqtigii aan sugaynay baan maanta u fadhinaa. Waqtigii aan sugaynay inaan sidaan aan isku dhex fadhiisano. The time we were waiting for is now. For us to come together, for us to be one, for us to be united, for us aanan laga faa'iidaysan oo wadnaheena aan la gelin oo laisku keena dirin inaan maanta waxaan u fadhina maanta halkaan kulligeen. That's why we're here. waxaan ilaahay ka baryayaa inuu naga madoobeeyo cudurkaad wada taqaanaan AIDS nama ka hadlayo inuu ilaahay kaasna ilaahay naga xijaabo ka baryayaa laakiin qabiilka ereyga la yiraahdo ilaahay naga xijaabo ka baryayaa maanta. All I said in a nutshell was that I hope that we come together and whatever brings us apart, we soon forget, and that we remember who we are, where we are. You know what? I just traveled to Africa. I came from Ethiopia and I went to Zanzibar, and I realized Somalis everywhere they are the most hospitable. I was kind of lost. I wanted to go somewhere, and this guy said to me, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I don't know, I'm lost." And then he said, "I'll take you." And then I said, "You'll take me." And then one of the locals told me it's about an hour away. And he was dressed, headed to go somewhere. So he took me all the way to my destination. And that's why we're late, by the way. We value the person, not the time. That's why we're always late. So be okay. If you need anything, call me. And you know what? That is, you're never going to be amongst a Somali person and they'll leave you hanging. You will always be taken care of. We are the most hospitable, the most kind-hearted, the most welcoming, the most prideful of people. And that's what I love about it. Laakiin digniin waxaa iga waddankaanan joogno inaan tusaale fiican aan ka qaadano. Qof walbay soo dhaweeyeen. وانا لسلا دقن يحي وانا لس حشمية حقوق حتى نقول على حقوق ذي الواي my right it's true. You have rights, you have responsibilities. We have to take an example from Canada. We are in a wonderful country. We are blessed to be here, that embraced us wholeheartedly. إله ما كرجينا إنسان ينقلب حياة غير عافمات إن شاء الله. I don't know this could either you could be on no such area. Thank you very much for listening to me. And you know what? Things, you know what they say? When you're down, there's only one way to go. Where's that? Up. We're going up, guys. Okay? So inshallah, assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much. Welcome.
I'm going to start singing. Assalamu alaikum. It's very difficult to follow Habiba's speech. I want to begin by apologizing to all the men in the room. I'm going to make a comment here which I want to address to the women. Today I had the pleasure of receiving Prince William and his wife Kate at the airport. And they're a beautiful young couple. And she truly is a beautiful young woman. But I have to tell you, she's not half as beautiful as the women here tonight. I hope that's good for several dinners. I'm really honored to be here with you tonight. Habiba made a few remarks which really touched my heart, and I'm sure touched yours. Let me just begin, first of all, just acknowledge these two beautiful colors side by side. The sky blue of this flag and the cherry red of the Canadian flag. Together they are equally rich, equally vibrant, and equally moving as colors. But the wonderful thing about coming together in a place like Canada, what really brings us together, and I had the wonderful privilege for about 12 years of my life to be outside of Canada, in Africa, in the Soviet Union, in Asia, in the Middle East, in Central and South America, all over the world. And the thing I learned most during all that time and all that privilege of working abroad was our common humanity. It's what pulls us and keeps us together. And what I've learned about the Somali-Canadian culture in the last 7 years has been remarkable. You are more than a gracious, hospitable people. You are a loving people. You are a kind people. You make some of the best food, people. You are cultured people with deep ancient roots. Of course there is fear. Of course there is ignorance. Of course there is prejudice. No one would deny this. But this country is not my country. This is not an us and them country. It's our country. Canada is our place. And all the things that you do, for all of the things you do, I've come to thank you. For the gift of faith that you're imparting to your children, thank you. For the small businesses you are running, thank you. For getting your kids through school, into colleges and apprenticeships and university, thank you. for the risks you take, for having left your homeland. Imagine, I tell people all the time, when someone decides one day to wake up or they have to leave their place where they are familiar with their culture, their language, their climate, their food, their dance, their music, their dress types, and they're ripped out of their environment and they come to a place like Canada, which is, yes, a modern, industrialized place, but also a place of great challenge in terms of integration and settling. Anybody, I tell constituents all the time, anybody who comes to a place like Canada with that passion and that commitment, I want that DNA. What I mean by that is you are passing on, you are adding to Canada a great, great conviction and depth of courage that this country was built on. It wasn't long ago that my grandmother would tell me stories about her parents living in the Ottawa Valley, illiterate, couldn't speak, mostly couldn't write English, living with the Irish. They had to get up every 3 or 4 hours at night just to keep the fire going so they wouldn't freeze to death. That seems so far away, but it's no different from the transitions that you're making in a different time, in a different era. So I've just come to say, Canada is our place. Your contributions, what you bring to this place, is so remarkable. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. I wanted to also bring this evening greetings from my brother, the Premier. He has sent a message that I'm hoping you would allow me to read this evening. Here it is. On behalf of the Government of Ontario, I am delighted to extend warm greetings to everyone celebrating Somali Canada Day, hosted by Canadian Friends of Somalia. Our province is home to cultures and languages from the 4 corners of the globe, and it is that wealth of world culture which gives us our character and our heart, and strengthens our common humanity. Canada Day is a time to reflect on all that we have as Canadians, and on the values that serve as the foundation of the quality of life we enjoy. Today's event, which also commemorates Somali Independence Day, is an ideal opportunity for Canadians with roots in Somalia to celebrate the dynamic role they play in the life of our province and our country. Please accept my best wishes for an enjoyable and memorable Somali Canada Day. Sincerely, Dalton McGuinty, Premier of Ontario. I want to conclude by saying one more time, congratulations to each and every one of you. Congratulations and thank you for all of the service, all of the risk-taking, all of the investment in the kids. There's nothing more touching for me than to go through, for example, an election campaign like the one I've been through, to be able to count on you, go to your doors and meet your kids. Some of you are coming from small villages, some of you are coming from cities. Some of you are working, some of you are searching for work. But it's always a profoundly moving experience to meet your children, to see your kids. Met a couple of young women at the door. How old are you? I thought they were 14. One said, I'm 21. The other was 23. What are you doing? I'm doing my master's in biochemistry. I'm doing my BA in economics. Another family. I'm at college, learning a trade. I'm over here doing something else. This is what Canada is. So this land of equal opportunity, this land of opportunity for all of us, go out and seize it. Young people here tonight, go get it. Go seize it. It's here for you. Your parents are here. You're standing on their shoulders. Thank you so very much for having me this evening. Have a lovely celebration.
I would now like to invite
this traditional folklore dance is called burambur. And I can't translate burambur. It just means burambur. I think it means jumping up and down. That's what I think. But in a very artistic way. There is an art to this. And the lyrics are usually done at weddings to celebrate the bride and groom. And the words, what they depict is attributes about the bride and groom and their families. So you'll say, like, if you were David getting married, they'd say, David is a nice and kind man. He'll do anything for you that he can. He is running for Ottawa South. And we will vote for him, no doubt. There we go. That's basically what I'm going to do. I only know one Somali, burambur, and it's the most important one. It's bisin kawihi laga bilang barakamala. So I'm going to, which basically means we always start in the name of Allah if we want to be blessed. Which we want to be blessed. Bisin kawihi laga bilang barakamala. Bisin kawihi laga bilang barakamala. Birmayano ismaku bidbadiya. That's all I know in this song. And now, to my stronger language, English. Now, you guys, I'll give you the instruction. Each line, when I say it, say, Only 3 times though, the last line, because there's 4 lines in each one. Remember, David, you know, he's the man, and then, okay? So 3 times, and the last one, you say, okay? Canada is the place I call my home. Very good. Because it is the place where I have grown. There are opportunities here like you won't believe. Put your mind to it and anything you want you can achieve. from Ghetto all the way to Puntland. We are from two great nations aspiring us to be. The future is in our hands that we all must see. We are Canadian and Somali as well. Looking at the audience, it's not hard to tell. Canada embraces diversity. That is why we're rated the #1 country to live in consecutively.
Thank you guys. I just have a quick question. Can men do that dance? No? Fine. Alright, just running behind schedule, we'll keep it going. Next we have Xafladii. She is the Somali ambassador to India. Can we please have Xafladii come forward?